it's light. Wait, let me see, where must I do what? Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. All right. You see, this is what happens when you don't do it at the time that you normally do it. The light is different. So good morning. Good morning. I pray that you all have an absolutely beautiful day. I pray that it is going to be fruitful. I pray that you are going to have just a day of breakthrough. So my morning devotion today comes out of a movie. Okay, so this is a movie that we watched as kids, and we absolutely loved it. And I know people will have their opinions about it, and that's okay. I'm a big girl. It's all right. But in it, they said, when the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world. And I was just thinking about it like literally 10 minutes ago. How wrong that is. Because that's just not who God is. And I'm going to get to my point about it. But when you say, because things aren't working out in your life, you are experiencing hardship, you're experiencing loss, it feels like everything is against you, the easy solution is to say, well, then I'm going to turn my back on the world. Then I'm going to turn my back on everything and everyone who's doing this to me. And that is the wrong attitude to have, because that is not at all biblical, number one. And number two, if you're a Christian, that's not how we ought to respond. It's tempting. I know it is. When it's hard, when things are tough, it's easy to go and sit and just dwell in it and just have a pity party continuously. That's the easy thing to do. The not so easy thing to do is to get up and still make a difference and still choose to be positive, to still choose to say, well, God is still in control of everything, so I'm going to trust him even though it just doesn't look to me like anything is going to work out. But with God in control, everything is going to work out for your good. But you have got to seek him, seek the kingdom of God first, and everything else will come and fall into place the way that it is supposed to, according to God. Not you, not me. That is a lesson that I had to learn so badly, that it's not going to look the way that I want it to look. It's not going to work out at the time that I want it to work out. But just because you're experiencing delay, just because you're experiencing hardship, just because you're experiencing heartache, does not mean that God is not busy putting things into place. Just because you cannot hear him right now, just because you cannot feel him right now, doesn't mean he's not working in your life right now. Because he is. He is still working in your life. But you have to trust him. And that is one of the hardest things for us to do when we do not see things happening, when we do not see things changing. It is easy for us to say, God is far. He is not working in my life. Things aren't changing. But it's about when you're in your highs, when you are in the seasons where you experience God so intensely, to know that there's going to come times when it's going to feel like he is not close. But he is. He's right where you are. You're just not turning to him. You're just not tuning your spirit in to him. So Ilse, how do I do that? How do I tune in my spirit to God? By talking with him and not just to him. So instead of saying, well, if the world turns its back on me, I'm going to turn my back on the world. When the world turns its back on me, I turn my face towards God. It's to make that decision that you're going to turn your face towards God. It is going to be that decision to say that I'm going to trust Him regardless of what things look like right now. And so I want to encourage you, if you're feeling the pressure, if you are feeling like you're not hearing God, read Proverbs 3. Read Proverbs 3. I'm just going to read you a couple of verses from verse 1 to 6. You can go and read the rest. But the topic here is trusting in the Lord. My child, never forget the things I have taught you. Store my commands in your heart. And this comes to when things are going well, when you heard His voice, that is to remember that, to write it in your heart, om het vas te maak in jou gees. Store my commands in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years and your life will be satisfying. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. That doesn't sound like turning your back on the world at all. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. I want you to pay attention to the order there. Then you will find favor with both God and people. God and people. Never turn it around. The order should be God and then people. And then verse 5 and 6, and this is powerful. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. So even when it feels like the world is against you, choose to seek Him so that He can show you the path to take. Do not let kindness leave your heart. Do not let loyalty leave your heart. Stay loyal to God. Remain kind and joyful, even if it feels like nothing is going your way. Trust that it is going according to God's way. That through the hardship, through the troubles, He is carrying you, He is strengthening you, and He is equipping you. But we have to learn to embrace the wilderness. We have to learn to embrace the deserts. We have to learn to embrace when things aren't going well, that He's not leaving us. He did not leave you, and He will not forsake you. At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Trust in the Lord. Do not turn your back on the world when it feels like the world is turning its back on you. Trust that God is in control, because He is, whether you like it or not, He is in control. Have an absolutely beautiful and a blessed Wednesday. I will see you all again tomorrow. Be blessed.